Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. I was planning to open my shards all this weekend, and I'm literally at the last minute to do this. I had totally forgotten and kind of ran out of time and working around on some other stuff, some other videos, and I wasn't quite able to get to this. So I figured right before we hit this, I wanted to go ahead and open my shards. And the reason why is, of course, because we have a guaranteed champion event on top of a 2x ancient shard event. This is like the best of both worlds. Whether I want this champion or not, and I actually think Brassclad is pretty solid, it's a free legendary, right? It's not going to affect my pity. It just is on top of the event that I already have. And I don't have this legendary on my account already, so it makes total sense to go ahead and pull for it. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to open, I've got exactly 200 ancient shards ready to go. And so that's the goal here. That's what I'm planning on doing. And this should be a lot of fun. So let's go in. Hopefully I can get an awesome new champion on top of getting the Brassclad as well. So before we get into showing Uko, I do want to remind you, if you haven't and you enjoy this content, go ahead and subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss my latest video. And of course, if you enjoyed today's music, feel free to check out that Soundstripe link down below in the pinned comment description of this video, like all my videos. Let's go ahead and we're going to jump in. That's the goal for today. That's all we're doing. So let's do it. Start off good and strong here, trying to get this going. So obviously hoping for some nice legendaries, specifically like a Duchess would be amazing for my account, but nothing right off the jump there. Jizzo's okay, nothing terrible, but nothing great, right? That's not really what we're looking for. I have pretty much every epic except for Farrakhan the Fat, so if we get him, that'd be a big plus. But I think I have pretty much all these. I actually don't think I have a Necro Hunter, so that's good. I've had one in the past, but I think I fed him at some point, so that's actually great. I like getting more champions that I don't already have on my account. That's just kind of one of those goals, right? Pokemon, gotta collect them all, so that is part of what I'm trying to do here. But yeah, I'm really hopeful we get something new and neat. I haven't had something like that in a little bit, so I'm pretty excited to hopefully get something that's going to be a big game changing. You know, the Farrakhan the Fat would be amazing, not just for my clan boss content that I give you guys, but also just for my account in general. And then of course I would absolutely love to get a Duchess, because that actually would really help with my Hydra teams, which I could use that help. So that would be great to be able to get. Any legendary at this point though would be nice to get, as we are so far over 50, I think it is at this point. We'll see where we get to. Keep pulling them 10 at a time here, just hopefully trying to get something a little bit new, a little bit different. Okay, didn't get it there. We're still doing well. We've got room for all these shards. Got 200 ancient shards. Actually have them saved up. Haven't pulled for a while, so this works out good. But we're not getting even a ton of epics right now. I'm just paying taxes on this right now. So it's always a good thing, I think, when you get a bunch of rares, because that means that the legendary should be coming around the corner. That's always my goal, my hope anyway, right? Another Deacon Armstrong, great. Actually, I wouldn't mind getting another Geomancer as well. Definitely a champion I could use dupes of, so that'd be great. Another Royal Guard would be awesome. Another Husk would be great. Again, Hydra is kicking my butt these days. So just trying to get more champions that can help with that. On top of hopefully getting some gold and some lightning here would really be nice. None of these champions are really gonna be game changing for me. Hofreeze is pretty solid for that faction, but not really what I'm looking for at all with this. So not quite there yet. Captain Amelia is interesting. I do love Steel Skull, but I only need one on my account. Don't need more than that. Ripper is not very good at all. All right, so still plugging away here. Feeling a little, man, feeling a little dicey about this. This is a 2x, right? It's not just a normal event. Great champions, Hatatsu, Fane, amazingly good champions. Absolutely love them, just don't need them on my account. It's amazing how many epics that I actually could use dupes of, and I just had not been able to pull them for the last, I don't know, about a year now, it seems like. Nope, okay, Hope. I actually really like Hope a lot, brings a really nice shield buff extension, but again, not what we're looking for here. Let's keep this going. Oh man, I really hope that Brassclad is not the only legendary I pull out of this. I mean, 200 shards. I should at least be hitting pity. Old Grux. Okay, cool. I don't have this champion on my account, so that's great. It's going to be a new one for me, so I'm definitely happy with that. That'll be cool. I think he's kind of not very good. My understanding is not really going to be useful for me, but I always like having a copy of every champion. There's a legendary. Who'd we get? Walking Tomb Dragon. Oh, we got a second one and a Gamma Run. Wow. Oh, the third one. And there's Brassclad. Okay, so wow, right at the end, we got all the legendaries there. This must be Shard 140 is my guess. So we got Goffred Brassclad. We got Walking Tomb Drang, which is kind of great because I don't think I did this fusion. So that actually works out really nicely for me. Being able to pull a guy that I didn't do the fusion for, so that works out great. And then we got Gamaran as well. I'm not somebody I'm really excited about, right? He's not really my favorite champion, but he's got some, nice solid abilities here with the buff spread, the block revive. Definitely some interesting stuff in his kit. Makes him a very unique kind of champion. That's always cool to have because when you can find a use for him, it's going to be very different from most people. So I always like that. Okay, cool. Excellent. So that's 3 legendaries. I still have 60 more shards. I'm going to go ahead and pull them because it is a 2x event. So might as well see what we get out of it. There's another one. Oh my God, 4. We got another Draco. Okay. I have a couple Dracos already, so definitely not needed on my account, but that is not a bad pull at all. I know a lot of people are really upset with me, but 4 champions in like 10 shards worth. Wow, that's pretty crazy, man. That was crazy getting the 2, with Brassclad right in there, and then we got Draco immediately after. That is absolutely wild. It still have 40 more shards. We're gonna see what we can get. This is already a pretty great pull. I mean, we got 4 legendaries. Granted, one of them's guaranteed, but even 3 legendaries out of 200 shards is an incredibly good pull rate. So I'm not upset with that at all. I would love to get somebody that's a little bit more useful for me right now. Would be great, but we'll see how this goes. We got a little bit more time. Oh, that's a bad pull. Another taxes. Hopefully that means another legendary incoming, right? That's the goal here. Maybe a Geomancer would be great. Wouldn't mind that. Or, some other epic that's really helpful. Farrak in the Fat. I cannot believe I still don't have a Farrak in the Fat on my account. Never had a Farrak in the Fat on my account. Oh, come on now. Give us something good. Well, another Necro Hunter. Not really what I'm looking for. And that's it. Okay, so not terrible at all. We were able to get 4 new legendaries, which is really nice. This is why I love the guaranteed event, right? It's not affecting my pity, it's not throwing out my shard count, but we're able to get some new champions. We got Walking Tomb Drang, who's really good. I mean, why don't we take a look at these champions? We can kind of get an idea for what they do. That was great. 4 new legendaries. So we got Brassclad right here, and I think this is kind of an interesting champion. Not spectacular by any means, but very good. He brings decreased defense on the A1, brings a provoke on the A1. He has an AoE stun, which is really strong, right? He also has an increased defense with and a cleanse for everybody of decreased defense and weaken, which can be really nice, especially like, if you can interrupt somebody in arena and cleanse off that decreased defense and weaken that somebody like like a Madame Saris might be putting on your team. That's actually really strong ability, and it's great in other areas, like you're talking about stuff like Hydra. Definitely good. Also has a solid passive ability here where anybody attacked under block damage buff has a 75% chance of placing a stun on the attacker, which is good. And if an ally is about to get killed, blocks that damage and places a block buff on them on a 4-turn cooldown. This is really nice, absolutely. So there's a lot of stun mechanics in here. The block damage is a really nice bonus ability. He's just a very solid champion all the way around. In fact, the earlier your account is, the more helpful he's going to be. Of course, Draco's amazing, right? We've got the poisons, one of the best in the game. Decreased defense and weaken as an AoE, and an incredibly strong hitting A1 skill. We've got Walking Tomb Drang here. I'm really excited about this one because he activates HP burn, right, when he attacks, which is great. Has an AoE HP burn as well, and it can't be resisted. Very nice ability there. And then, of course, equalizing HP and then attacking. That's a really nice one because that's a huge heal, right, with an attack. This is a very good ability right here. I definitely like this a lot. I think there's going to be a lot to be liked about that, and can ignore some defense as well. It's a really good champion, right? Plus he has his passive, which reflects damage back. It's a very solid champion overall, and one of those champions I kind of wish I had been able to do the fusion. I just didn't have the resources really at the time. And then we have Gamaran, who's real interesting, right? active skill block on the A1. He's got this stealing a buff and then buff spread, which is, I don't know any other champions that has a buff spread effect, which I think is really cool. And then he also has his block revive, which is also a really interesting ability with true fear mixed in. Some interesting stuff in this kit. I haven't really figured out how to best use him, but he's got some cool abilities. Also has a revive, which is kind of neat. Every time he kills an ally, which isn't, you know, the greatest thing in the world, but it's still pretty solid ability. So some cool stuff from this guy. Cool new champions, some new abilities, and, you know, people I can play with, which is always what I like to do in this game. Try new things, play with some new champions. So not too shabby. Got it in right under the wire. I'm really glad I did, because, you know, we got to get a whole bunch of new champions for me to play around with, and I didn't have 3 of them on my account. So that's always a good thing when you can get some new champions, especially with an end game account like I have, where I have a ton of champions already. It's really nice to be able to get some new ones, some fresh blood in there to try some new things. So this is cool. This is a very exciting. I'm very happy I was able to pull it. And thank you guys for sticking around and watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully your pulls went even better this weekend. So yeah, till next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.